ready in 3, 2, 1. I had a little echo on that bitch.
Oh, like, we're back.
We're back. We're back.
We are back.
What's up, Juniata? Appreciate y'all for listening every week.
I did
love y'all.
I did have a listener I was talking to one time. I said I grew up in Juniata, and they said, "Is that why you opened the podcast?" With what's up? That's it.
What you do? We love you. We love you, because he's hungry.
And the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money, and his daddy's gone. So we're smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now. So for you, this is just a good time, but for me, this is what I call life. Girl, you ain't the only one with a baby. That's no excuse to be living all crazy. And then she looked me right dead in my eye and said, every day I wake up hoping to die. She said, I know about pain, cuz me and my sister then ran away. Daddy wouldn't rape us before I was a teenager. I done been through most shit you can't even relate to. You forgot this song was deep.
I forgot all about the song.
The other song I was going to suggest was, do you remember Dollar Dollar Bill, y'all, by Wyclef and Lil Wayne and all them? Lil Wayne said, she used to run track back in high school.
Yeah.
Now she trick on the track right by school. I love that song.
What's up, y'all? Hold up. We're all the way back.
What would you do? Get up on my feet and let go of every excuse.
What would you do?
Girl, I want my baby to go through what I went through.
Did they just take this beat?
This sounds like Dr. Dre,
What would you do?
but I don't know who came out first. That does sound like that's the, what is that? Oh, the fucking when they put the glasses on people and it's like, let's pause this real quick.
What would you do?
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
It's that one. God, fuck it, I love my brain. What would you do?
Dude, I remember this hook being in my dad's truck, little fucking box or a Dodge, fucking
Like a Chevy, it was a Dodge Dakota.
Dakota.
Yeah.
And literally, like, thinking about that situation, like, I couldn't understand. It didn't make sense to me.
Sleep with a man for a little bit of money.
None of this made sense, but it was deep.
So deep.
It was incredibly
Shout
deep.
out to my sister Christina. She was the one who first introduced me to this song when I was just a child. 10. And then the next thing you know, I'm getting 50 Cents The Massacre CD is my first CD ever. Shout out to 50. Daddy's gone, so we're smoking right.
What's up, so?
Shit. I'll tell you what's not up. So, for anybody who lives in the area, what's up, Juniata? That's Tyson Steele. I'm Brandon Himes. Welcome to the fucking show, Locker Room Talk. You're either here now because you've been here, or you're just getting in. Either way. Should we have Stefan on as a guest?
If you want them.
What's up, dude? You're a guest on the podcast right now. You're live. What's up? I'm on the podcast. All right, I'll shout at you. Later. Shout at him. You seen it?
That's just how that shit goes.
Yeah, that reminds me to turn the ringer off. But yeah, no matter what, we appreciate everybody. We are getting
Love y'all.
crazy love
New
everywhere.
subscribers every week.
It's
Awesome.
crazy.
Feels awesome.
I think the YouTube thing was really we dragged our feet on it, but I feel like we released it at the time where like we're putting out good content now.
Yeah, we've had boots on the ground for damn.
We're a minute in to no music on the podcast, and I'm ripping them. Sorry, my bad, y'all. That's one.
We've been doing this shit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Were we going on 4 years?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
But, well, what is this, 2025?
May is our...
We started recording during COVID. The first time we ever recorded upstairs was there, like in the weight room. That was in 2020, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
But we've been doing it every week or twice a week for 4 years straight.
All right. I've been thinking 3. But just since the beginning of even all that, his phone going off is just kind of how our lives work. You know what I mean? Just like, that's just how it goes.
Because we sat here for the better part of the last, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like we always do. We talk a little bit pregame, talk about things that we don't really need to talk about on the podcast.
No problems at all.
Yeah. And not a single person reached out to you.
No.
In an hour and 30 minutes. And we're right in the middle of vibing, bringing the energy to Jeannie at a... Remember that one? Now it's the Office theme song, but it used to be Rockin' Robin. I missed that one.
So I told a couple people you're going to see ice fishing videos on YouTube. But the first week I went, it didn't stop snowing the entire time. So I had no chance to pull out the camera. And then we went last Sunday, and I got all day to film, but we got 3 wind flags, and I'll say what really happened throughout the day.
And for anybody who's not familiar, ice fishing is fishing while there's ice. Go ahead.
I did show a couple people pictures at the bar,
Yeah.
and they were like,
I was pumped to see you back out there. When you sent me the picture of you catching one, I was pumped just because you never go out of the house.
yeah, I love ice fishing.
Hermit. He's a hermit.
We haven't just been able to do it for a couple of years. Like the ice just doesn't get it thick enough. But so we go to this new spot, courtesy of my Uncle Mark, who I've been calling Saquon Markley all week. And so he takes us to this new spot, and I already know it. I already know we're going to have to walk through the woods with these sleds and dodge every fucking tree and walk through bushes.
When it's an entire frozen lake.
Yeah, because, where we have to park at
to
get to the lake, he's going to make his own spot. So that's what happens. And he doesn't have anything. He's just walking through himself, but he's snaking like this, like, just follow me.
Just like it's been our whole lives. He's carrying no gear.
We have jet sleds like this big.
Yeah.
By this.
And Uncle Mark's like, I did the drive and you guys are doing everything else.
So, we walk through all the woods and shit, get onto the lake, and he must be sore. Because he's like, I think right here's good. And I'm like, I've never heard you once say, all right here's good. But we all acknowledge that there's a picnic table sitting right there. And
Which means you're not that far out.
And people have to come here all summer and shit and probably swim here and shit. And so we just I don't know. He wanted to fish right there, so we did. And he said it a million times that day. He's like, we got 20 fishing rods out here. Ain't catching no fish. Imagine having 20 fishing rods in the summer, is what he means. Imagine you got 20 rods at once. So I start filming right away. I'm trying to really just capture certain moments, like a flag going up. That's pretty hard to do because there's 20 flags. Which way do you point the camera? You never know. Mm-hmm. So I just try and find a line that has the most in one shot and put it there. So I got all that type of footage. But then I walked out towards the middle of the lake because we didn't go nowhere. So I walked out towards the middle of the lake to start taking pictures and taking pictures of flags. And I got some real good ones. So I'll throw those up in, I think I'm going to make a compilation video type of the season, maybe. I don't know, unless we get some crazy footage this week. Then I'll just throw that shit in the front of what I've got. And then that day, anyway, I'm out taking pictures, flag goes off. So I missed them. What I really want is just Mark yelling flag or whoever yells it. Because we're all looking. Just keep scanning. and then somebody's gonna see it, you gotta yell it. That's the craziest moment right there. And then everybody, dude, you start running and you don't even know where it is. and then you look at the person that said it, and then he's gonna fucking point. It's usually Mark. I don't know why, dude. He can't look more than I do. You can't. It's just
He hears it.
It's just I'm looking this way and he's looking that way at that time, and it goes off.
He just hears it.
So I've missed that moment, and I'm so far away I didn't even get footage of running up to the hole and shit. So then, filming some shit, taking pictures. I stopped to take more pictures. As soon as I stop, flag goes off. Literally, as soon as I stop, flag goes off.
Like as soon as we start recording, phone rings.
Yep. So it's just our life.
Yeah.
And it's probably a lot of y'all's lives.
Everyone, just a day late and $1 short every time.
So then we only got 2 wind flags. We thought they were wind flags because nothing moved. We're going around checking them, right? Changing them. We had the bait sitting at the bottom. We're moving it up about a foot. So we're going around checking them. I'm getting like good footage for like whenever I mess up and double hit record and we don't get like the last 30 minutes.
Just some B-roll.
I got walking around footage of Jay cleaning the holes. And I'm just holding the camera. Talking shit.
And it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, J. Mark.
Happy birthday, Jay. So
That was last Sunday.
it was, but I didn't know. So now, belated, but also I was there on his birthday.
Kobe Day.
But just, for the episode.
Yeah.
So we're walking around checking holes. I'm recording this entire time, right?
Pause.
What did I say?
We're walking around checking holes. Like a prison guard.
Touch your toes and cough.
Bend over and give me a cough.
Spread them.
It's you and Jay checking holes and you got the camera.
So he pulls this one up, and they were all frozen, but when he pulls this one up, all the ice sticks to it, and like it's a cross like this, and there was ice all over it. So I wanted to get it. I stopped recording, moved to the other side of him to get the sun in the back, and get everything in like it's a nice picture. Don't he go? This one wasn't in the water that deep. As I'm taking pictures, he goes, I think there's something on this, and just pulls it up just like this. There's a little perch about this big. And I got the pictures of it. I didn't have it on recording now. If I would have just kept recording the whole time, that would have been like a good moment.
Yeah.
But just like the one time I want to stop, every time. And then the week before, my strap was twisted, and it had been like that for like 2 hours. I just now noticed. I go to undo my strap. As soon as I got it undone, flag. It hits like that every time. As soon as you try and.
It's like watching a pot, waiting for it to boil.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just my life. Like when it comes to ice fishing, at least. I can't do anything out there. I tried to make like a little foot rest because there was like slushy ice that freezes, and it was snow. It was the day it was snowing so much, so I was packing snow real nice, and I made like a little fucking foot rest for myself. And 2 shovels full, flag. Got to drop the shovel and go.
Speaking of,
You got to get out there.
is it windy?
Yes,
We had some bad wind this week.
but I could give you my snowboarding goggles.
Word. We had wind so bad this week it blew my fucking fence over in my house.
Oh, word.
So I walk outside. It's like Wednesday morning, I think it was. Pretty sure it was Wednesday morning. And just to preface this, Tuesday night, I get a call from the bank that my Ford Fusion that was totaled. I get a call from them, and they're like, hey, your loan was paid off. There was some leftover money we put in an account. You and my ex-girlfriend both have access to it. Whoever comes and gets it, it's their money. We can't stop you from getting it. It's technically my money because I paid too much for, you know what I mean? They overpaid for it, but I paid too much for a car payment one time, and that's why there was overage. But, so the closest bank that I can go is in Phillipsburg. I live in Roaring Spring. It's like a 45, 50-minute drive. So I text my boss. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be in a little later tomorrow. Probably like, I got to be there at 10. I was like, I'm going to be there at like 10:30. Drop my kid off at 9, 45 up, 45 back. Should be there by 10:30. So I wake up 7:30 in the morning, walk downstairs. First thing I do every day, open the door, let the dog out. I open the door to let the dog out. I look at my backyard, and my fence, it's like it's a wooden fence, 8 feet by 6 feet, 8 feet wide by 6 feet tall.
LaFence James.
LeBron James. And it's
LeBron James.
Not only is it blown over, it's blown over into my neighbor's yard. So it didn't blow into my yard. It blew into my neighbor's yard, smashed onto his shed.
Maybe LeBron came just running through one night.
Could have been. Well, here's what actually happened is the guy who put the fence up last time, whether it was the guy I bought the house from or he contracted somebody to put the fucking fence up. But when you put a fence in the ground, you're supposed to dig down like 3 feet and then lay cement and then put the post in. Like if it's a 6-foot post or 8-foot post or whatever, you're supposed to put down like 2 feet or 3 feet. I don't know. He put it down like a foot. So it slipped out. So it just slipped out of the concrete. It busted at the base, but it like slipped out of the concrete.
Busted at the base. It has to be a pause. Is there a pause on the play?
You can pause it.
I don't know. I didn't know what to throw. I didn't say pause. It doesn't count. It's not a false pause.
So I'm like, fuck, because I got to get my daughter ready for school. She's upstairs. I got to get her ready. Well, she can get herself ready, but I got to like wake her up. I got to pack her lunch. I got to get myself ready. I got to feed the dog, feed the cats. Like, there's all kinds of shit I got to do in the mornings. So first thing I do is I'm like, let me run upstairs, get dressed as fast as I can. I'll wake Charlie up. I'll let her know what happened. I'll ask her to get herself ready. And while I go outside, if she needs me, just holler for me. So I do that, run outside. I get the drill. I have some exterior screws. So I go over, I pick it up, I get it out of my neighbor's yard, and I put the post back into the cement, and I drill. Like, I felt like Ed Yingling. But except I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm drilling this fucking thing, and as soon as the wind blows, like, you can see, like, the post is clearly ready to come right back out of the thing. So I'm like, the only option I have, because I'm trying to do this all in like 35 minutes, because I usually leave my house at like 8:10, 8:15 to take my daughter to school. So I'm trying to build a fucking fence in 35 minutes.
Does the other side have dogs?
Yes, but they have 2 little yappy fuckers, and they're small.
Should just let the fucked up.
Well, they have like a chicken wire fence area this big that they only let their dogs go in. So they can't even get like out into the actual fence either, like the fenced-in yard.
Why would you torture a dog?
They're just 2 little Oscar, and I don't know the other one's name. He only yells at Oscar all the time. That's all I know Oscar's name. But so I'm in the neighbor's yard. I'm putting it up. Oh, yeah. So
Oscar's just going to want to die.
I'm back on my side, and I'm like, this clearly isn't going to hold because the high winds are still, I mean, the only thing higher than me was them winds that time of day. Well, no, not that time of day. I don't smoke weed in the mornings, but I don't smoke weed if I have to drive my daughter anywhere, just for the record. But, so I was like, I want this thing to crash back into my yard if it's going to fall over because I don't want it to damage his shed and then I got to replace his shed and my fucking fence. Like, it would piss me off. Meanwhile, like, Mark, I don't know if you watch these or not, but it wasn't very helpful as I'm putting the fence back up. You come outside, you're like, so you're going to get a new fence? That's the plan, Mark. But the ground's frozen, and I can't really install anything right now. And I don't want to be outside installing anything right now. So
There are people though that we've seen so many delivering mail. Just that's how it's gonna be.
oh yeah,
Guess that's how God wanted it.
yep. Oh yeah.
Just now, hey neighbors. That's like when you have the hotel room door.
I said that to my fiance. I said, now it just looks like we got a joint hotel room.
What's up, bud?
Caribbean shit's over there today. I beat the only shit in Mark's yard. Was she over there again? God damn it, bees. Get over here. Sorry, Mike.
Oh fuck! I haven't seen Bean here in a while.
I'll have to bring her over for an episode. That would involve me taking her to work
We
with
gotta
me.
put her on the table too.
She'd lick you right in the center of your mouth.
and they could see what the
Torture.
This dog ain't normal.
She ate, but she listens.
Yeah.
She was out there with me the entire time I was fixing this fence, and she never went into the neighbor's yard once. Could have ran away at any time.
She's awesome.
Yeah. But she'll lick your mouth. She'll try and figure out what the fuck's up. She'll always be in your face. And then as soon as you're doing something that you don't want her like barking in the background, and she's not barking at somebody, she's barking for attention. She's wolfing. She woofs. But anyway, make a long story short, I get the fucking fence up. I anchor it down into my yard with stakes so that if it falls over into my property. I called my dad during this process. He, thankfully, shout out Big Ran, can't walk, but he drove out and was coming to help. And he's like, dude, well, do you need me to do anything? And I was like, I got the fence up, but if you want to take Charlie to work, I can try and like secure it a little bit better, and I don't want stressing as bad. Or if you want to take Charlie to school, not work. So he took Charlie to school for me, and by like 9:15, 9:30, I finally get this thing to like where I feel okay enough just leaving my house and giving the rest up to God, right? Letting Jesus take the wheel. So 9:15, I get in my car. I drive. It's like 9:30. I get in my car, drive all the way up to Phillipsburg. I don't get there and get out of the bank until like 10:15. And so I text my boss and I was like, hey, long story short, I'm going to be there closer to 11. He's like, no problem. There's nobody here. I'm like, okay. So on the way back, I stopped at Home Depot because I'm like, if I'm going to fix my fence tonight, I might as well get the materials now. That way, if I do it after work, I'm like extending how long it takes me to fix my fence. It's going to be dark and cold, and I just don't want to be outside that long. So I get like orange barricade, and I get a staple gun from Lowe's or Home Depot. Shout out, no free shout out. And I go to Home Depot, get a staple gun, and I get the orange barricade, like chicken fence, but it's like plastic pretty much. Go home. And like now I'm just dreading it. Now I'm up to the point where like I don't want to take this fence down to put this chicken wire up. It's like, but I'm fully expecting my two fence posts, like all the other fence posts to be like this, and the other two to be like Superman, like this, with the stakes in the yard, and they're just flying in the wind like a kite. Luckily, I get there. They're both completely blown over. The one had snapped in half, so half of it was, I screwed it in well enough that half of it was still screwed into the other post, and then the other half had snapped completely off. And then the whole other 6x8 had fallen off into my yard. So I was happy about that because it was less work I had to do. Get that one half off. My fiance gets home. She helps me. We put the orange barrier up, and then I'm like, this isn't going to work. Beans can easily just put her nose on the bottom of it, and then it just lifts up, and she can just go right into the neighbor's yard. So then I drove to the hardware store. Did you see that catch?
I caught it at the end.
That was crazy. I hit it like this, and they caught it like that. Run that back. Zoom in on that.
Yeah, we got it on film.
Post edit. Zoom in on that. So I went to the hardware store to get stakes to stake it down in the ground. So I staked it down into the ground, and then I put like jugs or buckets of water. You're looking at me like something's wrong.
Dude, I forgot what day it was, and it's January 31st. last day affair.
Last day.
She caught my eye. Just like
just-
I just caught her smile.
You just got
I
it.
thought I fucked up.
Well, it would have been better to change it live on air,
It would've been.
anyways. But a new fair next week.
Yeah, new fair.
Big Ran, zoom in, tune in. A lot of couch work for you, Big Ran.
I'll try to keep my shoulder lit.
So stake it down, and then I put buckets of water on the bottom of it so that she couldn't lift it up at all. It's holding up pretty well. And then eventually, I'm going to get my fence replaced. And I know there's only one person that I'm calling
The
for
whole
the work.
way through that story is what I wanted to say. Is 15 times I would have just stopped everything I'm doing
And done what?
and called 814
Yep.
225
Yeah, can't forget it.
8357.
814-225-8357.
Call Ed, man.
You just call Ed. Well, here's the thing I didn't
He'd have
want.
probably went like this. And at least solved it that quickly into what you needed.
Yes. But I didn't want to pay Ed to come out to put a Band-Aid on it just so I can pay him again to come out and put a whole brand new fence.
Ed wouldn't have charged you like that.
I know that. Yeah, I know it ain't an Ed thing. I just knew
It's not even because he's our sponsor. Like, he would do that for anybody. He'd
corporate sponsor.
If you just called him, and if he's got time, he'll be right up there. Like I mean, toilet breaks. Like,
Well, here's the
this is
thing,
him,
too. It's not like I live...
leaky pipe, like anything. You call him, and if it's an emergency, he's got time. He's right to you.
It's not like I live right down the road either, and Ed
Yeah.
went in there.
True. It's gonna be a minute, but he could get shit on the way.
Facts.
He's thinking about it. He gets shit on the way. Hit that Home Depot.
But Ed, 814-225-8357, that's the first number I'm calling when I'm saying, hey, buddy, I
Yeah.
just bought all the materials. I need somebody to come put a fence up. Like, no man.
Not even that, dude.
Never put a fence up in his life.
If you don't, I had Ed just the other week. I keep forgetting to say it. The outlet on the island that's
Before you
just right
say
below
it,
the
give me a
camera.
lighter.
That the island that's just right below the camera has an outlet in it. I pulled one of my old chargers off, and I seen like a spark, and then a couple days later I was plugging something in, and I could hear like some like
Fuses, kind of.
yeah, you can hear like a staticky noise. And then as soon as I unplugged it, it went away, and I was like, oh shit. So I was like, hey man, can you come over and look at this? He brings an outlet over just in case he needs one. And then looks at it, takes everything apart, puts it back together. And he's like, I didn't need a new outlet. He just, retightened everything down. No problems at all. Didn't ask for nothing. But I mean, that could be family friend probably. But, you should still just float him a tenner. You know what I mean?
For his
And it's-
troubles. You see him at Hooks Buys first, too. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ed's getting the call. Don't get me wrong. Ed's getting the call.
Even just to come look at it, just give you ideas. He'd do something like that. And you just float him a tenner.
I do
15,
feel like
20 piece.
I do feel like that in the moment there weren't many ideas you could come up with because the ground's frozen. So it's not like we can dig anything up today. You know what I mean? And the post has to be replaced. You have to rip the cement out to
Well,
replace
even
the
if you
post. The only thing I could think was throw some plywood up.
say you have all the tools to that you think you're gonna need to put like a plastic fence up, like you guys were thinking, but you just don't have the tools to level everything and make sure things are straight. Call Ed. He'll just come up there and level it for you. Like that's it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The dude's awesome dude. Veteran owned, veteran discounts.
And if anybody doesn't know the number,
814-225-8357.
that's Ed. But yeah, that was the story of the fence. I made it to the bank. Ended up getting like $450, $400, something like that. Immediately went to Home Depot, spent $100 off it on equipment to fix the fence.
And see, like just something like that, like he probably would have spent $50.
Well, it was just orange barricade. Oh, he probably might have had orange barricade.
Well, no,
and I
no,
know
no.
he had a staple gun.
He would have probably bought something that's cheaper. Like he knows all the ins and outs and what.
Maybe.
No, that's how it is. Like my uncle Saquon Markley, he's the same way. Like he knew about this product that's way back in the corner.
He'd have came up with some $20
Yeah.
fix. He'd have been like, you didn't need all that. But like, It's just easy. It was just easier in the moment. Plus, it's like it was fucking fence blowing.
That wind was crazy.
Crazy. My kid woke up in the middle of the night and she's like, "Dad, can you come lay in the house? Or can you come lay in bed with me? The house is shaking." I'm like, "Yeah." So I went back, laid there until she fell asleep, and I tried to go back to sleep, and that motherfucker was blowing, dog.
The worst ice fishing is helping my tolerance out for the cold. Like, it snowed on me for 8 hours the first week we went, and then it was like constant wind right in our face last week. So my tolerance for this cold that we're getting, I got a picture on my phone of my truck saying 9 degrees. -9.
And his
And then
dinky's out in it, and it
then
ain't
my-
even shriveled.
And then my phone's out.
He's tolerating it.
And then my phone would say it was 0. But yeah, I've seen like -4, and those are the best days I work.
For anyone who's confused why Dyson can't, what's going on, he's burping off the mic. I know that's a foreign policy to you guys. He's burping off the mic.
And if you notice, first time I'm ever doing, I don't think you could probably really tell.
Zoom
I
in.
hope
Like,
you
stand
can.
up. Stand up. Show it to him.
So I'm going with the little stone. I kept my stone cold.
There you go.
I kept the stone cold right
Yeah.
there. But then I shaved all the sides and then under the neck and shit. I wanted to just keep letting it go. So what happened was...
I shaved all mine off.
So what happened was the last 2 times ago that I shaved, went for one hair and I just had the razor like this and hit the fucking pocket right there, the dimple, which already struggles to grow hair, and then I fucking just shaved it all right up the middle.
Just pepe'd it right down the...
So I've been trying to just let my mustache grow out as long as I possibly can, and then I was like, shave it. I can feel it when I do this. It's so weird. It's gonna feel crazy in a couple weeks.
We should do...
I'm just not.
We should do like... We should both shave our faces completely. And then do like 3 to 5. We should do 6 straight months of no shaving, so they could see like what your beard looks like compared to. I just get like now it connects here. Like I can get a full goatee now. I got nothing over here but beach fuzz.
Well, I heard. I don't know where I heard it from, but they said like the more adversity that you ever go through in life, I guess it's you grow a beard faster. Or like,
See, I always thought of it as like every guy who like worked out during high school, their body like they had more testosterone flowing. So that like I never worked out. I wasn't on a sports team. Like you look at any college sports team, 90% of them have beards. Or like I just feel like a lot of guys who were more active athletically in their like young teens and 18s, I feel like they grow beard. But then again, my dad, like, and he might have not have been as active, but just didn't grow like full beard until he was in his late 30s. Like I remember my dad growing full beard.
And then you
it was
see
gray.
some kids that just Matty Freds.
That was the first person popped in my head. 9th grade, full beard at baseball.
This guy, we were trying out for JVs in 9th grade
in the gym.
There was 2 junior highs. We hated each other.
So
I'm walking in with all these Roosevelt kids.
I was there.
But
I didn't go to tryouts. I went to conditioning.
But that was the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I walked in by myself, or maybe you were there. These Roosevelt kids start coming in, and I see one that has a beard, and I'm like, that's someone's dad.
I can't believe there's a coach here already.
A what?
Just look at him like, I can't believe the coach is here already.
No, I just thought, because he was walking behind Scotty Lytle, and I was like, damn, that's his dad, or that's his brother or something. Then he starts like, he starts doing shit with us. This guy had a full beard in 9th grade.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
He was on my Cummings Motors team for teen or minor when we were like, what grade would that have been? 10th?
I don't know that type of shit.
First year of teen or minor, I think, was 10th grade. He was on my Cummings Motors team, and I was like so glad that he was on my team because he threw the hardest in the league. And I mean, this kid threw fucking heat. Shout out Matt Freddie. Shout out Freddie. Shout out to all them boys. Scoot.
They're all going to be on the podcast.
Yeah, shout out to the boys.
We need to have just baseball player reunions. Just get the team on.
See, I'm just so trepidous of it because, like, the last time I was around all those guys, it was just the incident that happened at Vets when we were fucking, like, 22 years old.
But I've talked to all of them since.
I've talked to all of them individually, you know what I mean? But it's just like...
That was just
it makes me cringe because of my behavior.
Dude, I cringe too.
Yeah, just because of my behavior. Like, I acted like...
I've apologized multiple times for us.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like,
well, we took a stand, and that was the wrong stand to take, and
we took the way
you
wrong
live and you learn.
But we drank.
We did drink.
The rule was win or lose, we booze.
Yeah.
Didn't tell us we could booze before we won or lose.
Yeah, we were drinking. I was hurt.
You had just come back from
West Virginia,
somewhere in the military, and you got hurt. Your ankle was hurt or something like that.
Might have been up in New York. Anyway, yeah,
So you were just there drinking, hanging out.
And we were in the dugout.
Yeah.
Drinking, smoking. I was smoking cigarettes in the dugout.
And, like, we were sponsored by, like, the one lady's work who was, like, a really, like... medicine shop. We were sponsored by Jill's work, and she's, like, a super, super nice lady. And, like, it was just... We looked like idiots. Acted like asses.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, you live and you learn. You don't know how to not be a shitbag until you act like a shitbag. I guess that's probably not right. You can know how not to be a shitbag without acting like a shitbag.
Well,
But sometimes you have to do stupid shit to learn.
But yeah, you have to embarrass yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When, like, because I was just going to say, like, all those fans in there, I've been on the same teams with these guys for years with the fans that are in there. So they know me. They know my personality and shit. They know either he's fucked up and he's like something's wrong, or he's funny, and just like that. That was a moment where nobody caught our vibe.
Yeah,
like at all. They weren't on our. Nobody was on our wavelength
because we were on the wrong wavelength.
Yeah,
yeah. But I mean, you live and you learn. No, we didn't like. I mean, it's not like we assaulted anybody or we're like.
No, but we did rip our jerseys off
and quit the baseball team on the last game of the season when we were mathematically out of it. Now, I will say this, too. This isn't a justification at all to anything, but I didn't play baseball for years before this. And
yeah, we got to tell these stories right now.
I didn't play baseball on this team at all. Like, I've been
playing with these boys for years.
And I played with them, too, but, like, I stopped.
And we all went to school together.
Oh, yeah.
We're all boys.
I played video games with all of them. Like, I know all of them, like, really close.
Knew them before me. I didn't know him until we started playing ball.
Yeah. And I quit playing baseball in like 10th grade because I got an Xbox and started playing video games.
True story.
And then the first time I played organized baseball was this team with Tyson, which was like basically a young adults league for anybody over the age of 18.
City League.
It's City League baseball. We were 21 at the time, 22. And so I hadn't played organized baseball in like
I
7 years.
I just can't remember years like that. You know, I can't remember my age. I remember everything that happened. I just can't put an age to it.
Well, you and I didn't start. I started at the post office 2015. I would have been 24. But we played organized baseball together before then, right? We were hanging out before then? Or was it after that?
Well, you played a little bit when we were 15.
No, I'm talking the City League. I don't. Yeah. Either way, it doesn't fucking matter when it was. But I just had
drinking age, so yeah.
I hadn't played baseball in forever, and I never started for the team. Which, I mean, granted, I wasn't the best option at third base or any of the bases.
I was the third baseman. was I not? The first time you played, then the next year, I think I went out to center.
No, that was softball. That was when we played beer league softball. They put you at third base. When we played City League, they put you in center the whole time. They had Ian at third base.
Okay.
And either way, I never started because like I wasn't good. Like I'll sit here and say, when I played baseball as a kid, I could hit and I could
Not
field.
terrible.
But when we played City League, it just like wasn't. It just wasn't something I was like used to doing. I hadn't done it in 7 years, so
Yeah.
like I don't mind not starting. I enjoyed going out. I hung out with the guys. I went to as many games as I could go to. We always had a good time because we'd go drinking afterwards. Win or lose, we booze. Like it was a good time to hang
In
out.
our
With,
uniforms and shit, all
Yeah.
sandy.
hang out, not mine.
Clean as shit.
The cleanest one.
You got chew spit on your leg. That's it.
I literally was the guy who brought the tub of fucking chew to the baseball.
Strokers.
And I went to every practice, but like to me, I didn't care. Like this might not sound like a competitor, but like at that time in my life, I wasn't competing for baseball to like make anything of it. Like that was like I was just hanging out with my friends.
And I was playing like someone's going to be in the crowd, scout me.
Like, yeah, you got to see this. Okay. And
But
he's the next anti.
But during that moment, you just want to be. You're just having fun.
Yeah. So it didn't matter to me whether I started
But you
or
took 3 nut shots for the fun.
I got
During
hit.
the fun.
I didn't wear a cup.
I only got hit maybe 3 times ever in my nuts.
I got hit twice in the nuts in the same practice. And that's the second time it's happened to me in a baseball game. I got hit twice in the nuts as a kid in the baseball game. Well, I got hit once in the nuts and once in the ribs, but it was on the same exact at bat. I got hit in the ribs, and then I took first base, and then they threw a pass ball on the next pitch, and I went to steal second base, and the catcher threw the ball, and it hit me in the nuts. Because I was sliding like this, and the ball bang hit me right in the dong.
I watched a kid on my team look back at where the ball was and it hit him in the eye and broke his orbital.
Remember that dude for third base on the softball team? The reason you had to play third base is because he said, "I got it, lost it, hit him," and he never put his glove up and hit him in the face. He Pecker Eckered it. That happened to Pecker Eckert one time.
We never told him about Pecker. They don't know about Pecker.
It's a legend.
He was on a milk crate, dude.
He doesn't even exist anymore. You can't
the
find
milk
him
carton.
anywhere. You can't find him anywhere.
He went missing, dude.
He literally did, down by the post office. He just was the last time anyone saw him. And then just like 3 days later, they saw him again. But I'll never forget when I used to play baseball on KC Dentures with Andy White and fucking Pecker Eckert. And Pecker Eckert was fielding balls, and he said, "I got it." And he never put his glove up and hit him right in the face. Dude, and it hit him in the face, and I don't know what came first, the blood or the tears, but I mean, he was fucking just screaming. Dude, and I'll
Pain
never
hasn't even
forget.
sat in.
Dude, I'll never forget. The coach said, "What'd you expect? You gotta put your glove up." Like, he's bleeding. I wouldn't say it. Someone else said he's bleeding, but I was like, "Oh my god, it's a murder scene." But anyway, so yeah, I didn't play baseball forever. And
Can I tell a story about the time I seen you get hit in the nuts? You were playing second base. It was just in practice.
yeah, oh yeah.
He just short hop got you. Junie had a hop.
Well, it's a rock hop because the fucking field was full of rocks.
Junie had a hop. Right to the sack, and you just run right off the field. I'm warming up on deck in batting practice.
I ran right to the bench and sat down.
And I just said, lay on your back. And you lay on your back. And then you, when it was all over with, like the pain, you get up and you're like, is that what you're supposed to do, lay on your back? And I was like, I don't know. That's just what I told you.
Good friend.
It just felt right.
Like House. You're like Dr. House. It might not be what they prescribe, but it's right. But yeah, so I do remember, I didn't get a hit all season, but I do remember the one at bat I got fielder's choice, and I scored, or I made it to first and ended up scoring.
I always loved seeing you on first.
Yeah.
You were zoned in because you got to be. Because, like, you don't think that pitcher could just fucking, they're fast, dude, when they throw over.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I had fun, and I wish it didn't end the way it did. But when I think of those guys, it makes me cringe because of my behavior, not because of, like, hanging
We're
out.
all over that.
Yeah. Well, not, you know what I mean? I just expect better of myself now. But,
Oh, yeah, I'll live with that for the rest of my life.
fuck them. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me get pause.
All right.
And we're back.
Love it. And I got the hoodie on. It got cold, so
Where?
it's going to look drastically different. It's
LeBron James.
Yeah, you're going to notice the cut, right? As soon as the break ends, it'll be so much easier for me to edit because it'll come right to when I have the hoodie on.
You should have just threw the jersey over that bitch.
Oh, dude, I'd look 400 pounds. I did just get. I found the good weigh spot. If you put a carpet down, like if you put it on top of a rug on top of a hardwood floor, it's a pretty accurate reading. So I've been weighing myself and sitting at 202.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we were 205 when we started doing that.
Did I tell you I weighed myself
Yeah,
today? 231.
Yep. Shout out to the boy. Shout out to give everybody a round of applause.
Yeah. Word.
Thank you. Folks.
Ow, dude. We didn't even hit it this episode. We hit it once in the
I
intro.
think it's every time you pause it.
It can't be.
I think it is.
That's
You know what we have to do? We have to test it. We have to go like an hour next week.
okay. We'll make it.
Right before the camera is about to shut off.
We should just make it the episode of 1,000 cheers.
Yeah.
Just keep hitting it till it breaks.
I bet you we could test it after this. Like when we end the episode, we could just sit here, start a new recording because it'll be fresh, and then just hit the applause button as many times as we can until it breaks.
I think I've done it. I don't think that it. I don't think it's it.
You don't think it's the pause?
I think it's just like, because it sometimes, no, we have paused before and we come back and we don't even think about it. I just hit it and it makes the noise I expect it to make. And then it just and I've hit it 9 times.
Right, yeah, you're right. We have come back from a pause and it works fine until like right at the end of the episode.
Those early episodes, I was slamming on the jams. I was all over the buttons. Remember that?
Remember?
You remember? The Ric Flair watch is gonna hit like.
Did you hit it?
Yeah.
Nothing?
Nothing on the Ric Flair.
America
Shout
great
out.
again.
Shout out.
We will
That's broke. There it is. There it is.
See how I had
Get it back. Get it back. There it is. You fixed it. Oh. Oh, broke again. Huh. Huh. Oh.
I'm just hitting it
Now
once.
it's gone. Gone again. Oh.
I'm only just hitting it once.
Hold it.
America great again.
Let's
We
make.
will
It fucked that up.
Yeah. What are the other ones I put on there? We've never used the drum roll.
Never needed to.
We've never. That's what another thing too is like we've never said, "Can I get a drum roll?" Nothing. Drum roll, please. Did we do the drum roll for the rice cooker winner? I don't want to. Big Ran update.
Now that's not even. I'm. Okay, that's right. Get me off this shit. I'm alright.
I was gonna say you just hit the buttons for 2 straight.
I was doing research.
You're playing Smash Bros. Hitting every button. Fuck me. Big Ran update.
I haven't hit him in a minute. Just breaking him in. Keeping him loose.
Big Ran update. The moment of silence worked. No surgery needed.
alive.
Yeah, no surgery needed. So the moment of silence worked. He just has a high ankle sprain and a high knee, no, just a knee sprain. I don't think it's a high knee, but high ankle sprain and a knee sprain. Going to be in a walking boot and a brace, and
He
but
sprained his penis. Is that what I
a
heard?
whole third leg.
Everything legs.
Every
Leg. He hurt every leg.
You should see the parking lot, honestly. You think he's bad? You should see what he did in the parking lot, honestly. You see the other guy. For real.
I think took a corner out of the fucking
They're repaving it right now.
chunk out of the corner of the building.
They're lucky I didn't go to law school, or we'd have that company's fucking head sliding on
How do you
black
not have
ice.
salt?
You're just letting all the black ice out there, 5 a.m., just to attack your employees. I mean, yeah, just a high ankle sprain and a knee sprain. Big Ran said he's going to be back golfing by 2:21. So shout out to Big Ran. The moment of silence worked. We fixed them. We appreciate all you guys for your T's and P's.
Dude slides on ice for the first time in fucking 8 years. Goddamn, he goes to the ER.
It wasn't the sliding on ice that hurt him.
I know what it was.
When he got back on the asphalt and re-gripped that thing.
He went snowboarding for a second, or skiing, whichever way you're facing.
He might have T-bowed him. He might have dropped to a knee as soon as he started sliding.
God, that happens to me every day.
Granted, he's 50 something, and
Gotta
you
get
just
your
had back surgery. It ain't nothing crazy. All right?
Yeah, I'm a superhuman.
Oh, you're human. That's for sure. But yeah, Big Ran update. He's good. I'm proud of him. Proud that he pulled through.
Still sending prayers though.
He's at Hooks, so my mom said she took him to Hooks. I said, "Oh, they're doing MRIs down there," and then I said, "Oh, it must be MILLERs." That's Miller's.
64.
Oh yeah, he's on the soft stuff now. But a Bud Light, fuck a Bud Light.
That's just basically vaping for drinking beer.
Hey, as long as you're drinking beer, I think that's all that matters.
That is all that's matters.
Honest to G's. So, another thing, shit, when I was talking about that, I remembered something I wanted to tell you, and then I forgot it again. We got to write stuff down. Got to write it down, because I forgot. Current events. There's 2 current events we have for today's episode. Neither of them are good. Should we get to the perverse one? Or should we get to the one that's very sad?
What's the perverse one? Oh, the fucking the massage.
Justin Tugger.
Did you see that shit I sent you? Of I can't even remember it, but it was awesome. This is it was just somebody saying like you copycatting me. That was my shit. You're taking my shit.
And it was like the Sean and yeah. That's so I heard like I saw somewhere on Twitter, I guess he was like there was one instance where he like was naked and had an erection and then like brushed his dick against the massage therapist and then like she left the room and he like came on the table and left.
Damn. Wild.
I
Boy was
Spoiler
feeling
alert,
relaxed.
this is not an episode for children this week, guys.
Nor is it ever.
Sometimes.
He must have been relaxed.
You know what he was doing? He was beating his meat. You know who else will beat some meat?
Yeah, he was coming and going.
You know who else will beat some meat?
Mel.
Yeah. Mel beat some meat over at Grandview's meat
Mel will beat your meat.
at 814-943-MEAT.
Mel would beat the meat prices in your area.
Well, you know who don't want to
has to
see
be
your
a-
goddamn meat? You better not send it to 814-470-1184.
Don't you ever.
Text her and say, I need a haircut. That's Ariel. Love is in the hair at 814-470-1184. Keep your P's to your T's. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. Before we don't. Justin Tucker's a pervert. He was touching massage there.
Well, we just got to hear more about it. You know what I mean? It just came out.
My fiance got chinchillas. You know what a chinchilla is?
It almost sounded like a disease.
The animal. That's you.
Oh, that was me.
You know what a chinchilla and the animal? It kind of look like a little hedgehog.
Yeah.
So she got them, and they're two dudes. And I remember the first time she ever told me, she's like, they're a bonded pair. And I said, oh, so they're gay. And she goes, no, they're not gay. She goes, they don't have sex, but they're life partners. That means they can never attach themselves to anyone else. They'll never love anyone else. They just go through life protecting each other. And I was like, fuck. Dude. I need to be a chinchilla, dog. Man, you just got a brother, dude. That's just brotherhood. And it ain't gay. You're just a bonded pair.
But, like, in their eyes, like, they're on, like, a twisted-ass universe. You know
They're also
what I mean?
in a bird cage. They're in a 2-story bird cage.
Where it's like, you're just getting picked up by these huge people. And
No, you don't hold them. They bite you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they'll bite you. Well, I mean, they'll let you hold them, but they don't want you to hold them for long. And they shit, like, little tiny little pellets everywhere. Like, every 10 seconds, they poop little pellets out of their ass.
Really?
While they're running around and everything, yeah. Dude, it's great. They're great. They fucking munch Cheerios, and they just hold them in their hands. And the Cheerios in their hands look like me trying to palm that basketball. It's like they just eat these little Cheerios. They're weird little fuckers, but they're cool. They're 14. Now, sometimes we'll lock the cats upstairs.
14?
Yeah. Sometimes we'll lock the cats upstairs and then we'll let them out so they can like run around the basement. They just be shitting everywhere, but it's funny, dude. They'll run up, sniff my feet, and then they'll just like fucking jump away. Yeah, you'll have to come over and see them sometime.
Yeah, dude.
They're cool.
We need some footage of that.
Their names are Mr. Noodles and Yoda, but I just call
Awesome.
I just call them B&T.
Hell yeah.
Bonded pair. And then we got 2 cats. They hate each other. Not a bonded pair whatsoever. And then we got Beans. She's just bonded to me in the inside of anyone's mouth.
Now, has Beans taking a wild swipe at any of those chinchillas?
Not the chinchillas, but she will. If a cat tries to walk into,
What did it look like when she seen it?
she just sat down and just like ears back, just stared at them for like an hour straight.
That's awesome.
And I told Janae, I said, if she could eat those, she would. I said, so just to be crystal clear, like if they got out of the cage and she got down here, she would put one of them out of their misery quick. Dude, I watched her catch a bird.
I maybe don't know what a chinchilla looks like.
It's like a hamster / guinea pig kind of thing. It's probably it's like the size of your speaker. No, it's like half the size of your speaker. Like your sunglasses.
Oh, okay, I see. I'm seeing these little guys.
Case, yeah. Put it on the screen for everyone who can't see it right now. Not you. You don't have to get up and shut up. We'll put a picture of it in the YouTube video. What's the marker on
They're like a fat
the
mouse.
audio? What's the marker on the audio?
58.
58 minutes. We got to put a fucking picture of it. That's 2. I just burped in the mic. I moved back and still burped in the mic. Picture of a chinchilla. But, and then, yeah, you just got Beans.
Like a big mouse.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got Beans. I've watched her eat a bird out of the middle of the air before. She caught it, like, she was walking in the backyard. A bird was on the ground in the backyard and flew over her to take off, and she just jumped off her hind legs, captured the bird, had it in her had the head in her mouth, went like one whip like this, and the bird's body was over there. And the bird head was just in her mouth. I mean, she eviscerated this thing. So, like, she's not mean, though, to the point where, like, she loves the cats. Like, the cats will come up and they'll lick her face and she'll do nothing. But if Janae's cooking food in the kitchen, Beans is protective of the kitchen. So if the cat comes in, she chases him into another room. She doesn't want the cats to have a chance to get the
Just
food
for
before
food?
her. Yeah, because it's like natural
love it.
instinct. Like a pack of
Dude.
wolves is going to chase off a leopard. You know what I mean? Just so they can get the kill first.
That's crazy.
Beans is the same way. She's chasing cats off just so she could secure the food in case we don't eat all of it.
I heard some shit this week. I seen it somewhere. But the basics of it was like a dog thinking like, damn, dude, you're hiding food all over this place. Like you're like
We're supposed to be
saving
boys.
it like a squirrel.
We're supposed to be boys.
Your best friend, dude. And you got so much food. I'll eat the rice just dry. Like,
But the fucking the crazy part is, it's like I used to feed.
I eat
Beans-
birds.
I used to feed Beans so much food, and there's food she won't eat. Like she won't eat bread. Like she won't eat bread. She won't eat fruit. Like if I give her a banana or a strawberry, she won't eat it. Blueberry, she won't eat it.
She's a mutt and a meat eater.
Facts. She got a little German
Yeah,
Shepherd.
you
or
got the
something.
funniest dog of all time.
She's the best named Beans.
It's a girl.
My girl. I love her, dude. She's the best dog ever.
She really is.
Shout out to Beans. She's the goat. We had to get her back. She was stolen from us at one point.
She was a fucking P.O.W.
God knows what they fucking did to her.
She would never let him. They couldn't catch her.
Dude, they opened that fucking door because they had to. And fucking she ran right out to me and was fucking, she was wiggling her tail. It was the best day ever. I'll never forget. But, man. P.O.W.
P.O.W. She looks like a pirate.
But she's the best dog ever. Like if I go out front of my house where there's no fence at all and I'm like going to do stuff in the yard out front for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'll let her come out with me and she will never run away.
Yeah.
She's just loyal as they fucking come, dude. Big time. She's a big baby though. Huge pussy. Like if we were getting robbed, she's looking at me like, what?
Well, she's also like a mutt. So I don't.
Yeah, she is the mud of the litter, the runt of the litter.
If you see on the Gorilla Rhino radio picture,
The what do we call it? The icon, the logo.
yeah, right under the rhino's legs, and I forget it's there sometimes, and it pops out at me. I'm like, oh shit, that's
Beans. That's head of
literally
security.
Beans, and she's almost basically that size.
Compared to a real rhino. Yeah. I mean, she is
We gotta put her on the table though, just to show.
like different items for comparison. This is Jeremy.
This is just a office water jug.
She's like a 30-pound dog. She's a border collie.
A little bigger than a lap dog.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah.
Think she is though. Think she's a lap dog, but like a normal border collie would be like 50 to 60 pounds mostly, and longer and taller, which I thought I was getting.
Maybe not even faster.
There's nothing. Beans is quick. Dude, no one's catching Beans.
Just Beans.
That's why I'm never worried about her getting attacked by another dog, because, like, you ain't catching her, dog. She's so wiry.
This dog's hilarious.
Oh, I love her. Shout out, Beans. Shout out to Beans.
You gotta bring her over next week.
All right. I will, for sure. I would have brought her over this week if I'd have known you were off today. She could have hung out here while I worked.
Just bring her into work Saturday or Friday next week.
They'd let me. They wouldn't care. Our accountant brings her dog in almost every day, but it's a French bulldog named Oscar.
Oscar.
There's so many dogs named Oscar. But one Beans.
No. There's one.
There's only one Beans.
There's
The
only
backstory on Beans is we had a cat at the time named Frankenstein Cookie Dough. It was named by a 5-year-old. Also a girl. And so we called the cat Frank for short.
You know,
And then when we go ahead.
did you ever call outside Frankenstein cookie dough?
Sometimes, yeah, because she would, you would open the door and she'd run outside and she'd go in the neighbor's yard. She used to go in the neighbor's house. And then you'd come outside. There was times you'd come outside like 13, 14 hours later, shake a bag of treats, and here she comes out of the bushes across the street. I'm like, Frank, what the fuck are you doing? Dude, she was the craziest cat ever. Well, we had a cat named...
I've never had a cat before.
We had a cat named Frank, and when we got Beans, it was just
Dude, he's
like,
just going out.
Frank and Beans.
Yeah.
And then, I got Beans got stolen from me. I got her back. Crazy, dude.
P.O.W.
What a life. What a life we've lived, dude. From fucking quitting baseball teams to fucking having our dog stolen.
Breakup after breakup after breakup.
When will it stop? Maybe I'm the problem.
I don't think so, though. I think it's just been these. I'm just attracted to these hoes.
Fucking all my life.
But Chris Brown said it. These hoes ain't loyal.
And sometimes they're so not loyal it make me disloyal. Not currently, in the past. Right now, I'm good.
Yeah, you
fiance, got a nice house, nice truck. You know what's not nice, though? We got to talk about it because it is a current event. Something terrible happened this week.
I mean, I see what you got writ up there. What are you talking about?
The Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl.
Okay, because there's multiple. That wasn't even what I was thinking. There was.
I knew what he was thinking. Set up punchline. Yeah, Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl. I think it was a pretty solid game. I don't think it was really like there was too many bad calls between the Bills and the Chiefs game. I just think the Chiefs played a better game when it came down to it at the end.
Yeah, the only thing I just can't get out of my mind is that's not a catch. It's just not. With both people have a hand on it. That's why it doesn't move.
Yeah.
We're equally holding this.
Yep.
Thing. And then, but if I was just doing that, and if I had one hand on it like this, and it doesn't move, or just barely ever slightly moves, but I get possession again, you really don't notice, are those the same thing? I just thought, they wouldn't call that if that was just a wide receiver catching that. But it happens to be the Chiefs. I don't know, man.
Philly looks so good in the NFC Championship game, though, that, I think...
We didn't even talk about who we were going to pick.
I figured there's only one game. We might as well just talk it out loud on air.
All right.
I don't even know what the spread is. I think the Chiefs are minus 1.5.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Are we doing a pick now? Is there anything else you want to get into?
We'll save it. I do want to talk about fucking my Uncle Mark.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
Headed to the Duper Bowl.
Just so now, it's my Uncle Mark. I got pictures of him in
His mom's brother.
When I say Saquon Barkley, you'll know. That's who I'm talking about. So,
the guy looks exactly like Saquon.
So, his driving is terrible. When
he took us to camp when we were kids.
But it was really good. It was actually really good back then. But it did have some flare up. When it was bad,
it was bad.
So I've been driving since I was 14 because of him. When we would just go down to camp, he just started making me pull in just 20 feet. Then the next time it would be a little bit farther back, until I was damn near, I was driving it from the city. And then I won't even say that. tell that story. It's a different story. So he always used to tell me and Jay, like, just out of nowhere, whenever you would criticize his driving, he would say, my dad used to lay a loaded shotgun on the dash, and you would watch that shit, and that thing wouldn't even move. And he's driving 30 miles an hour around corners and hitting the brakes and going fast. And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, there's no way.
Impossible. You can't even set your sunglasses up there.
Not only did he vouch for Pap, who's right down there.
On the picture, not hell. There's a picture right here. If you guys might not be able to actually see. You can, I think. I'm pretty sure they can.
Yeah.
I don't think I zoom in that far.
You can see what that is.
Okay.
So, Marks also said, and I used to do the same thing. When I started driving 16, I'd always have a shotgun right there up in the dash. That thing wouldn't fucking move. Now, he's gotten, like... So when you're driving with him, all he's doing when he's driving, even in the city, is just looking all around. When he's in the city, he's just like looking for anybody he might recognize. And then as soon as we hit trees, he's looking for squirrels. Shouting out squirrels, it would shout out any type of animal. If he saw a bird he recognized, that's abnormal. He would just say, call that out. He's seen a porcupine. He also drives so fast, and he's looking around, criticizing us about some shit, saying we don't know nothing. He's telling me, he's saying to Jay, basically, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. And then he's yelling at me for, like, not being around for the last couple summers. And I'm like, okay, well, last summer I got hurt. So I didn't miss those. The driving's terrible. He's doing 60 miles an hour. And he's like, there's a porcupine right there. And I even go and look like this. And he's like, did you see it? I'm like, no, I didn't see it. He's like, you didn't see that.
How could you miss it?
A porcupine.
A porcupine?
There's, it's not 50-50. There's like a 30% chance that it actually was a porcupine.
A cupine.
A cupine up in a fucking tree. And he can barely see flags.
Shout out Saquon Barkley.
So I gotta get this Sunday I'm gonna try and hop a ride with him and get in the back seat.
Just record.
Yeah. Dude, you're gonna see this shit. It's terrible.
You guys going ice fishing again on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there's like 10 inches of ice. This is like the safest moment ever to fish.
Shit stick.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be really warm tomorrow though. It's supposed to be like 45 or 50.
That's fine. There's this much ice.
That's 10 inches. That's 10 whole inches ice.
It's gotta be.
Look like two whole feet.
2 feet.
This is about an inch. This gotta be every bit of an inch. This a foot.
Oh, wait. Before we get into something else. I don't like ever spoiling jokes, but I'm going to try and get this on. Should I spoil a joke? I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's about ice fishing. And my uncle that's going with him.
Did you finish the Mark story?
Yeah, I
had something to do with driving.
Yeah, I was just wanted to talk about how bad his driving was.
Oh.
It's hard to explain because he's just looking everywhere. And we seen a deer, and he's like, and him and my other uncle have walkie-talkies in each other's vehicles, so that deer ahead, and it was just standing on the road. This whole time he's been looking around for shit. He saw a cupine.
Cupine.
And then standing on the road is a deer. And he's like, deer head. And then Terry
Brace for impact.
Terry radios up and he's like, I see it. It's on the road, Saquon.
Hell yeah.
And then we drive by it. And he's like, did you see that? And I was like, yeah. He's like, did you see where it went? And I was like, no. And he's like, you weren't watching where it went? And I'm like, why would I watch? What is... it's a deer.
See which way they're running, son.
This is where a deer is supposed to be. What the fuck is it? Why does it matter? Okay, do you want the direct fucking line? He wanted that tree.
Yeah, you gotta watch him. You're a spotter. You gotta be spotting.
If there was a deer by the hospital downtown, I'd be like, holy shit. Like, go to work and say, like, man, never believed I seen a deer the other day. And you'd be like, oh, all right, where? And I'd be like, the hospital. And and then the same thing, but then I say, oh, where were you at? Oh, I was driving through the woods and I seen a deer. Like, it's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
What?
Backcountry road surrounded by
If you're
trees.
in it, there's a chance you might see these things. It's just a deer. He's shot and killed. He's maybe killed 400 deer. I don't know.
Like a lot.
He's been hunting his entire life.
How many deer can you shoot in a year?
Dude, come on. We could tell stories. I don't want to incriminate the deer.
That's what I'm saying.
I've heard truck stories.
That's what I'm saying. How many deer can you shoot?
I think you can shoot a lot. If you're really going to shoot.
I seen a video. Jay wasn't too good.
Well, Jay ain't his.
I think about that candy he ate all the time. Just wondering what it tastes like. Chocolate's so good you liked it.
What was it?
The chocolate Jay ate.
Oh, yeah.
I think about it all the time. Like how good was it if it was so good you liked it?
Yeah.
You never liked chocolate. Like if you eat a candy,
It all
it's
just
usually like an
basically tastes
Airhead
the
or
same.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's usually never. It's something like sticky or something like that, or Skittles or Laffy Taffy or Starburst or something. It's never Reese's or Snickers or something chocolatey. So I think about that all the time. When I'm like,
P.O.W.
when I got the munchies and I'm like, I don't have chocolate in my house. I'm like, wonder what that chocolate.
It
is
was
like.
it had salt on it.
Jay ate the whole fucking.
Go to Bagby.
Yeah, we got him. We got him so bad. Did he ever mention it?
No, I don't think he ever.
You should ask him if he ever used his Christmas Sheets gift card. Because what was left on it?
11:37.
I'm 25.
Just charged him for the chocolate.
Gotcha.
You can't take a wild swing at the top, dog. You just can't.
Out of left field.
We're a team.
Just save a piece, you know what I mean? How are you going to even come to someone's house and eat the rest of something they have, you know what I mean? Without at least asking, like, hey, you care if I finish this off?
If you take one piece, fine.
Yeah.
Take one of them all, each kind. Not the worst thing in the world. You eat like 75% of them. It's like,
What a shitbag.
okay, you're at least just gonna have to say something.
Yeah. What if you eat it all?
You eat them all, you definitely have to say something, and this has to be a whole story, and you need to rehearse.
But he didn't say nothing, did he?
An entire day went by. He put them back where they were. Didn't even throw the empty thing out. Put them back where they were. And it had the double fold over in the inside. So you had to open it double and then empty.
As soon as you started reaching for it, what'd he do?
And we were having the best day. We've been sitting in front of this thing for hours. Like, since 9 in the morning until 3 p.m. We sat in front of this thing. Never once did he just say, like, hey, man, I ate all those chocolates. just never once.
As soon as you reached for it, you just started giggling.
Yeah, then we had pizza, we had food. I was like, you know what? I'm saving these for B. I just want a piece of sun.
Sprayed me off a little something.
And I got broke off.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Are we finished or are we done here? That's crazy. I think about it all the time. I do think
It was
about
so
like,
good.
I wonder what that chocolate was like. Speaking of chocolate, a Black Hawk Black Hawk helicopter crashed into an airplane.
How'd you get into chocolate, the Blackhawks? Speaking of chocolate.
I don't know. Potomac River, I think, or
Speaking of
something.
chocolate-colored black guys.
No, whoa,
A Black Hawk.
I'm colorblind. I don't see nothing but character.
See that but black.
I don't see nothing but character.
I'm
I'd be
fucking-
blind.
That's what you should say. Dude, I'm colorblind, man. I don't see nothing but black and white. That's what you should say. But we say it like, man, I don't even see color.
See, like, I'm colorblind to the point where, like, that thing, the color that we wrote with, looks orange to me. Well, the color that I wrote with.
Yeah, it's like a yellow.
What? No, right here, where that says, like, Super Bowl.
Oh,
Like, that looks
that's
orange.
red.
Yeah.
What we're looking at is red.
And then, like, greens and tans. Like, greens and grays and tans will mess me up. And then, like, some blues will trip me out, and I'll think they're black.
Yeah, that's gay.
Yeah, my eyes are bad.
Yeah, that's not right.
Speaking of gay, my fiance, her sister is a lesbian, and she
Tell her I said hi.
wait, and she decided she was going to propose to her girlfriend, and Janae sent me a picture the other day, and it was of her sister and her sister's now fiance, and the caption said, "Danny and Megan both proposed to each other at the same exact time."
Oh, you get
Dude, I texted
like
her.
a fucking.
The first thing that popped in my head was, man, that's gay.
That's gay.
But it's just like funny gay, you know what I mean? Like, love whoever you want. I'm happy for him. I can't wait to go party at this wedding. It's going to be lit.
But that's gay, dude.
Same time?
But I mean, if
That's
you're gay, that it's got to feel good.
Hell yeah. It was, dude, I just saw, speaking of, I just saw this, like, interview from, like, 2009 when, like, Adam Levine kissed a guy on, not Adam Levine, who was the gay one? Adam something. Driver or something like that. No, Adam Driver's an actor.
Levine?
No, not Levine. He's the Maroon 5 guy. Adam something. David something. David, maybe. Anyway, he was David Archuleta. Not David Archuleta. Man, I don't know who it was. I'm pretty sure he was on The Voice or on American Idol.
I think I know who you're talking about. He's like a goth.
Yeah, yep. And he kissed the guy, and like, dude, everywhere was like making him apologize and saying how like crazy it was. And he's like, literally a couple months ago, Britney Spears, Madonna, and Christina Aguilera all kissed on stage, and everyone thought it was like the best thing ever. But because I have to do it now, I have to apologize. And then like they showed the three girls kissing, and then immediately showed him kissing the guy, but blurred it out. And it was like, that was like 15 years ago, and they were like outwardly homophobic. And now they can, like, gays can get married and all that shit. Look how far we've come. Pause.
Look.
But shout out to Megan and
We
Danny.
can't say any-
Congratulations.
You can't pause a good thing.
Look how far we've come.
Yeah.
Shout out to Danny and Megan. Congratulations on your engagement. Crazy that it was at the same time. Make is what he said. Make America great again. Congrats on your engagement. And yeah, shout out. But how we got off on a tangent there. We didn't get.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to
because
think.
we were talking about. I said about how chocolate got me to the Black Hawk. The Black Hawk crashed into the plane.
Yeah, I mean,
we
we
get there from chocolate, and then you said I only,
Oh, yeah.
I only see black and white, and then colorblind, and then you said that was gay, and then damn.
He said, you know what you know was really gay.
It was just funny that literally, like, as soon as I read it, the first thing that popped in my head, I was just like, that's gay.
That's so good. This is the gayest thing ever.
But Megan, dude, she's awesome. She's so funny.
The chopper and the plane thing, there's just not enough evidence yet.
Yeah.
It's too quick to know. Like,
Same thing you said about Justin Tucker.
yeah, but like at this point, like I thought I seen a video of the flight pattern that it was taken, and it was like a squiggly line, dude. Like it was flying up like this and then like curving and like tucking in, but it was following the river up. It was like this dude was on drugs.
Well, there was 3 of them in the Black Hawk.
Yeah, you're a co-pilot and then there's 2 seats behind you. It's a JH-47.
You don't have to tell me. I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I was in Arizona school with you.
you was.
Yeah. Remember who you called right before you got the flashlight? Me.
I was crying before. Remember that?
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna suck so bad.
Would you forget a flashlight? Well, they
I was
didn't.
forgetting 13. I forgot 13 things.
Yeah, I remember the flashlight was a big one. You had to go to like one of your sergeant's
Yeah.
friends down there who had like a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
that was like a full bird, like colonel for a flashlight.
Get your flashlight.
And I gotta like salute and do all the things I don't remember how to do. Exactly the proper movements.
I'm here to borrow your flashlight. They won't let me in air show school without a flashlight.
Honestly, dude, when I got in those moments, I just like talk to him man to man. Just like fuck the game. Like we're good.
Yeah.
Just fuck the gimmick.
Yeah, like, hey, dude, right here, there's not a single
I
person.
can't think right now.
There's not a single person threatening us in war.
There's no cameras looking at it.
Did you ever see that video? There's this guy that's like walking into a military base, and there's this Marine walking past him, and he's just a civilian, and he's like, the guy walked past him, and he's like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Who?" He's like, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?" And the civilian's like, "Are you talking to me?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?" He's like, "What the fuck did you say?" And he's like, "I said, what's up?" And he's like, "Do you not see my fucking rank?" And the guy just starts going off, and he's like, "Dude, I'm not in the military." He's like, "I'm just a civilian." And then the video just cuts off. It could have been
that's
staged,
funny.
whatever, but shout out.
That's still funny though.
I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about the chopper and the plane, but I was thinking today, I want to bring this up in a story somehow, and I mean, it's coming up right now. There was one time, like, I'm smoking up on the second floor balcony of our barracks, and I can see the chow hall behind us. It's like right in front of me. And you would just eat breakfast or you wouldn't, depending on if you brought food or shit. It's not that good.
Damn, get it out.
Yeah. The shit's not that good, but hey, sometimes it's better than nothing. So I don't know if I already ate or what. I see 3 dudes walking in their PT tops and bottoms, but one has his pants on and 2 of them don't. But they all 3 have flip flops on. And I'm like, and one has a baseball hat on, and I'm like, so that's Special Forces dudes. That's like 3 Rangers or Green Berets. Which that's the best part of being SF is just you can just walk around like that. Like the rules are gone. Like you don't play these.
You put in like the.
That I don't want to call it a regret. It is kind of a regret. I just didn't believe in myself enough. I thought I wouldn't be able to pass these tests and shit. There aren't tests like I think there are. You know me, like I don't know if they know me, but like not failed every paper test in my life. Every single out of
DUI sobriety tests, all of them.
no, I think I passed that shit. Anything physical, I pass. No problem. That's where I want it to be. Physical. Let's stay all the way away from mental.
Welcome to my house.
But yeah, there was 3 dudes walking, and all of a sudden you see this drill sergeant walking with his guys coming up through and he's got his guys in formation, so he's a douchebag. You should we all just go get it ourselves. You know what I mean? He's got his guys. So they might have been shitty, and he's walking with them, just trying to gain respect. He sees 3 dudes out of uniform, runs up to him faster than he's ever probably ran in 10 years, and just starts screaming at him the whole way. As soon as he gets to him, they just have like a silent talk, and I'm sitting up in this fucking the balcony like, holy shit. And they just have this silent talk, and he just walks away, and he like nodded his head, and I'm like, you're the bit. I'll never fucking. You're such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But you just got rank. You just stayed in for years.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. You just don't understand this shit.
There's levels to it. Real quick before we get into our Super Bowl predictions, one last thing. I feel like we're getting old. Triple H was just inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is WrestleMania coming up?
That's in April. Well, he just got nominated to the ballot. But obviously he's going to be a first rounder. Yeah, what I mean?
Well,
Hunter Helmsley. Should I put this water in my mouth and spit it right up in the air right now?
if we were at Jay's house, I would say yes.
Yeah, for sure. With the picture of Montel Williams.
Video coming out soon. Video in the works. It's buffered.
Listen,
It's rendering.
Tyson used to get on my shit all the time for not getting videos uploaded and doing this and doing that. And now he's had access to the Instagram and he's had the fingertips. He's had all the videos and everything. So y'all can get on him now. Let him know. Hey, you got time. You don't have as much
Okay.
time as you used to because you're not, like, you used to have all kinds of time when not working because of the back surgery.
But I just don't. I do go in, like, and I was in it yesterday, just, like, playing around, just, like, just starting to just do shit on it, you know what I mean? But then I hit a point where I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I'm not, the key things still A to B to C. It just is dragging things.
Mm-hmm. Where to find it, where to move it to.
I mean, literally the right click on the touchpad. I forget all the time.
And now you got a mouse.
Yeah.
Now you got a mouse. It'll be a lot easier. Hell yeah. But we're doing everything we can to provide all the best.
But I'm learning, so it's
straight to
gonna come out fast. As soon as I get it, dude. Listen, it's time to lock in. As soon as this fair thing changes tomorrow.
Fair February.
Let me take a peek.
Check. Is she gonna be your Valentine?
Is that next month?
Well, they didn't move it. You were not trying to lift that up halfway through.
Oh shit! Wait.
You was just trying to change the picture and not the calendar.
Yeah, you couldn't grab them all. You just couldn't grab the one. Wait till you see next month, dude. It's saucy.
We know which one's next month is. I think.
Yeah, we might start getting. I might have to put my head in a certain spot the entire night.
Not a pause. Not for February. We may have to put it on that one.
I'm gonna move it down a little bit.
Short month. Short month. It's crazy that it's up there now. There's a video on YouTube.
It's a great idea.
See it.
Listen, if I'm sitting here right now, pick a day in January. Say any day in January.
January 13th.
That was a Monday. How you can't do it that fast if you don't have a calendar?
Yes, I could. Ask me any day in January.
January 20th.
Wednesday.
It was a Monday, and that was Martin Luther
Oh, wait
King
a
Day.
second. It was 7 days after the day I just asked you. All right, ask me. ask me any Super Bowl score.
You should get a calendar.
Ask me any Super Bowl score.
Super Bowl 69.
Hasn't happened yet.
Oh, wait. What a day.
Dude, what a bowl that's going to be.
What year is that?
I don't even know what one we're on now. Jay, pull that up. I think we're on 54. I think we're 15 years away, so 2040. So we'd be turning 47.
Holy shit. Dude, that's awesome.
That's 15 years away.
That's crazy. But listen, I hope to be linked up with you sometime that year and be like, hey, you know what year it is? Like, just imagine this. I hate
being
this.
linked up with me.
In my mind, I was like, we haven't seen each other in years.
Why would that
It
ever
doesn't
happen?
No. Well,
I can't think of a time that exists ever in
No, I
the
know.
timeline.
I know, but it just like when I have a kid, then I think like I watched because it's just the facts. Like once you have a kid, you can't see each other every single day going out.
Not every single day, but doesn't mean you just go years without it. We
Yeah,
definitely are
true.
going to at least see each other, I would think, once a week. I mean, we're going to be golfing in our 40s. It's not like we're dead. Like, our 40s are, I feel like people, like, the life expectancy is progressing. So, like, people in their 40s now are like how people in their 30s were 20 years ago. 15 years ago. Like, a 40-year-old's still, like, really relative. Maybe it's just because I'm old.
So I've been driving since I was 14. How long have I been driving for?
17 years.
3 years. It'll be 20 years. I've been driving.
Be an antique.
That's a long time. It's just weird. I hate tracking shit like that.
6 years, we'll be out of school for 20 years.
Damn. I don't like that.
We're 1 year away from being 15 years graduated.
I don't like these.
I hit my sister with one a little bit ago. I was like, I think it was like a year and a half ago. I hit my sister with. I was like, Parker's the same age I was when I found out you were having him, which is crazy. And then now he has a driver's license.
I felt that way. I remember
Me telling you that. Yeah. Well, when Christina was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They'd make me put my hand on her stomach. I hated it.
Yeah, that's Karen. In 6 years, we'll be out of high school for 20 years, and in 8 years, my daughter will be old enough to drive. Or no, my daughter in 8 years will be graduated high school. I was thinking she was 8. She's 9. And then she turns 10 this year, so she'll be 8. She'll be graduating high school in 8 years. So
I hate these numbers.
But it's like they sound like small numbers, but the more you think about it, it's like time feels like it's going faster, but like last year it took a long time. Mm-hmm. It took 365 days. This year's going to take the same. I just feel like if you're doing more, it goes by quicker. But if you're doing less, it feels like you're not doing anything with your time.
We said this before, and I said, with me being hurt, those 4 months took forever. Mm-hmm. Forever. But the rest of the time went by like nothing. Like this month, like I'm off today and tomorrow. I'm like, this was just my last long weekend, like a couple weeks ago.
Crazy how we're a month down in 2025 already.
Yeah.
It feels like we're just
slacking on our marathon. We are slacking. We need to
I
put
ran
our
this week.
Good on you.
Thank you.
We
Not as far as I'd like to, but I got something in.
We do need to do a lot more. So we need to hit it fair February. Let's fucking find facts. Fucking
Faggots.
well,
That's
fucking help me out.
Are we do? How many F's
Farrah,
are we trying to do?
It's
Fair February.
fair February. Fucking finding facts.
Fucking
Fucking
for
freedom.
freedom and freedom forever.
Freedom forever.
Yeah. Fuckers.
Fuckers. Fag.
Put that on a shirt and wear it. Put that on your blouse, J-Mon. Last but not least, there are 2 teams left. There are the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. We pulled off a playoff
First
win.
playoff win.
First playoff win ever. Congratulations. Out of spite. There you go. Pump it up. Out of spite, the Eagles came through. And they're playing good.
Yeah, that they have the best line out of the 2 of them.
I think 1.5's nothing. I think, we basically just have to pick a Super Bowl winner. Who do we think is going to win it? Because I don't think 1.5 points is anything crazy.
Let's say it on 3.
Okay.
You want to count it down to me?
I'll do finger counts. Ready?
Eagles.
I just think it's their year. Plus, they got a little bit of redemption. They lost to the Chiefs 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So they got a little chip on their shoulder.
The 3-peat thing scares me because Mahomes has 2 good ankles. He's running very well. So he's going to run all day. And it's just like, I think Cooper DeJean and these guys can figure it out and they can get to him, but that's scared. Like, if during that Bills game, like, you get so scared of his arm, and as soon as he senses that, he just runs 4 yards to get that first down that normal teams just don't do.
The only thing that scares me is the Eagles were beating. Who was it? They were beating the Rams, right? And then they almost let the Rams come back and win that game. And then they were playing the Commanders, and the Commanders, their Commanders were playing great. They beat the Lions and everything, but they were like a lower-seeded team, so you kind of
that was a fluke, and the
Philly
Lions
was laying
were all
9.5 and beat them by fucking a million.
And one of our guys that was like a step-up guy, that's a veteran that was like bounced around and like found a home now, breaks his arm in half. What the?
So what if? Like the way I think everybody has so much hate for Kansas City that like all the bookie money is on Philly. I think it's just
Here's how I feel about it.
crazy.
Honestly, it looks good for us if we have like, you're a Colts guy. I'm not a fan of nobody. I like watching running backs. I just see like, okay, well, if Philly wins, that's a win for PA.
Word.
And if the Chiefs win, then you get to witness a 3-peat.
Word.
Like, that's history you're watching. It's just the end of Tom Brady. I did hear some shit where it was like the last out of like 20 Super Bowls have been a Manning brother, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it does seem, it's at this point, this is why everybody's wants to boycott.
The Chiefs have been to like 8 straight AFC championships.
They're just tired of seeing the same teams win over and over. It's just like when you're in Little League like for 4 years,
Yeah.
like the same teams in first place.
Well, there's 32 teams. The Chiefs have finished in the top 4 teams 8 straight years in a row. Since 2017. Because, like, to make it to the AFC Championship, that means you're making it to the top 4. You're getting to this game that either decides whether you go to the Super Bowl or not. And for 8 straight years, they've been to that game, which means they've been in the top 4.
And before that, they weren't that bad either.
No.
They were hanging around.
Yeah, before they had
Like the
Mahomes, they had
Steelers,
Alex Smith.
like the
yeah.
Steelers do right now. They just hang around. And
Hanging around.
so they've always been a good. You can't discredit a good organization. And I'm not. When these people are saying like, our buddy Shane, he's saying he's not gonna watch the game. I'm like, Shane, you gotta watch it.
I will tell you this. This is one thing you're not going to expect. I'm not going to watch the halftime show.
I don't even know. Oh, Kendrick. Well, in your situation, I can understand that.
Can't do it.
I know your stance. I boycotted Sheets for, I think, like 3 years or 5 years, whatever. You remember I was doing that when they got rid of the original Sheets in Juniata. It's where the Sheets that you see, the first one was in Juniata, and we grew up. We grew up going there.
That wasn't the first Sheets ever.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's the first Sheets ever.
negative. The first Sheets ever was the one over on 17th Street by the high school.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's this one.
We'll look it up.
Yes,
Maybe right.
It's this one, dude. That's why it's still there. They can't tear that building down.
I don't think.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think so. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Find out next episode. Make sure if you guys are going to ask Tyson, I obviously already have a Valentine. We say it with an M here. Tyson was the first person to ever say Valentine's with an M, and I've just always said it with an M ever since.
It's basically how it should be said.
So I already have 2 Valentines, my fiance and my daughter. So if you're looking to snag Tyson up, it's not going to be much longer until he's already somebody's Valentine. So hit him. Where can they hit you up for the Valentine's days?
814-225-8357.
No. Don't be texting that guy asking to be Valentine's.
Send nudes to 814-225. Send nudes to 814-943. Meet.
Send nudes to 911.
Yeah. Also send nudes to that's send your
Not
send
your
your
body.
dinger. send
Dinger.
send,
Holy hell, I didn't know what he said. Chat, I thought we were done for.
send your dinger. Oh, you thought I said
Yeah! Sorry for getting so damn loud. I didn't hear the D.
yeah, send your dinger.
Yeah. It's still too close.
Just a couple letters just
It just flows off the tongue too close. It comes through my ears like too close. I don't like it.
we gotta hear it at the bar every fucking day.
Just leave your dinger in your pants.
Leave your dinger in your pants.
And text Tyson if you want to be his Valentine. I was trying to segue into you to putting your Instagram up there. And then we could just boom, boom, boom.
The Instagram's actually getting hot.
Yeah? Is it?
Dude, like 2 people. Well, one was my mom,
Shout out.
but two people, and my buddy Luther. And I went with I was in the garden. Decided they wanted to follow T Steel _100 on Instagram.
But not locker room talk, the account.
Well, I'm gonna show them where they can find that at, and that's I'm gonna text them.
Yeah.
Hey, this bang bang boom, locker room talk _1 on Instagram. Gorilla Rhino Radio on YouTube.
Your mom's house on Valentine's Day.
Locker room facts. Locker room talk on Spotify, and
I feel like without having Ace on,
I was
I'm
just
getting
thinking
fucked with no condom, dude. It's gross. It's gross. I hate it. You're so start over. Go ahead. Tell them where they can find you at. Not the song, just you. In general. Slumdog.
Slumdog.
God, this is what I'm working with.
Yeah. So you know what I said. I'm gonna say it how I said it. So there was two people that hit me up on.
Yeah, where can they find you?
One was my mom. The other was my buddy Luther. And he went to the gardens together.
Where can they find you?
That's T-Steel _100. 100. It's Snapchat's Julietta. Boy.
Didn't shout out to Instagram's Locker Room Talk _1.
But I already did.
But you just shouted both your shits out a second time, but not
Some of
locker.
my personal shits.
You could inquire all business inquiries at gmail.com. Send all business inquiries.
That's where the real shit's at, the business inquiries.
The Locker Room Talk Business at gmail.com. Gorilla Rhino Radio on YouTube. At Locker Room Talk _1. Also on Spotify, I'm pretty sure. Or it's Locker Room Talk 1 on Spotify or LRT1. I'll have to double check it, but
No, we're just Locker Room Talk on
I
Spotify.
know, but our username is like the easiest way to find us. So if they
Yeah,
put
but you gotta look for the Gorilla Rhino.
with beans in the background.
You're not gonna see it till you
Down by the if you see a border collie in the mix, you're in the right place. There's a bald
If
eagle.
you just see the
screaming
Gorilla
freedom.
Rhino.
You can hit me on all social medias at BMH1120, Locker Room Talk _1 on Instagram, Locker Room Talk Business at gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another Friday. We're ending January. That's Tyson Steve.
Fried Friday.
That's Ann Tyson E. Edwards. I'm LeBron James.
LeBron James. Love y'all.
I've been thinking about a piece of meat.
Oh, you know it. Later, y'all. Love you.